Welcome to Q Now videos. Today I'm going to show you how to use the large volume infusion pump on the Alaris system, and also show you the cool tricks for the secondary set. So first we've got to prime a line, so hang our bag up first because then you've got two hands to use. Take the end off, alright. These lines take about 25 mils now priming volume. They've got a perforation at the top, so peel it off. Now you don't want to touch the end caps, so keep them away from any contamination and keep them off the floor. So I always keep the bottom one looped up. Just a quick bit about the line. It has a little air inlet. When you're piercing a glass bottle, make sure that the inlet is closed. Pierce the bottle, squeeze the chamber, let that fill up, then open. If you do it the other way, you'll get wet and you'll wreck the filter. When you travel down the tubing, you have a one-way valve, which is how the magic happens with the secondary set. You have a Y port up the top. Now this is only for the secondary line, it's not for injecting through, because as we travel down the tubing, you'll see we've got a pumping mechanism. Now that's heat sealed on here and here, and it's made of silicone, so if you squirt medication through the top, it can rupture the membrane and make the giving set all faulty. Then we have a clamp down the bottom, and we have a little tab here that we press at the top and the white one at the bottom, and we squeeze it shut. So that locks it off, and that's why it will come out the pump. Then you have your roller clamp, and then you'll have a Y section, Y connector down the bottom before it goes into the patient. So I'll just quickly prime this line. So I'll take off my cap, hold it down and straight, because if I have it bent, I can pierce the side of the bag. Twisting motion while I'm pushing. Give the chamber a squirt till it's about half full. Now, a trick to keep the air out of these things, because they do love air, is keep the Y sides upside down when you're priming, just so the air doesn't get trapped in there and it can filter all the way through. Now I'll peel off my tab, and there we go. So that's all full of fluid. I can see it dripping out. Now to put it in the pump, I lift up my grey handle, open up the door, put my little blue flange over the top recess, put the clamp in the clamp holder, and then down the bottom here you have to push the tubing in there. That's the air detector. Then I shut the door. Alright, turn on my pump, and I've got my roller clamp shut just as a secondary precaution. So just for demonstration, I'll just keep it hanging up here. So we've checked that we've got a new patient, yes. Training module, yes. Now this is fluid, so all the fluids have to go through guardrails, they don't go through basic infusion. So I press channel select again, make sure I've got the right channel, and choose guardrail fluids. So now I've got maintenance fluids. It doesn't come up on the front screen, I have to press page down, and then maintenance comes up down here on the next tab. Press yes, that's what I want, and then it gives me a rate and volume. So if I do an 8-hourly bag, so I press on rate to make it black, click 1, 2, 5, volume to be infused. I only ever put about 2 hours worth in because I like to review my drips. And then put volume to be infused, and then press start. So it's saying check. So what it's done, it's found the pressure problem, and the problem is I haven't opened my roller clamp. So see, that's why it's got the standby light on. So as soon as I release that light, it will come up and it will say green for infusing, tell me it's at 125 mils an hour, and I know I'm in guardrails because it's saying maintenance fluid, so that's going there. So now I've got fluids. The doctor said, oh, can you give some antibiotics? This patient needs them. And you're going to go, oh, but I've only got one line, what can I do? Well, we have a system called the secondary line system, and it's a little mini giving set basically, and it has a hook in it. So we've got a little giving set here, and we have our hook. Now the hook is about 9 inches long, because that's how the physics of this all works. What we do is put the maintenance bag lower down on a hook, alright? Get our prepared antibiotics or whatever we have, put it up the top. Prime as we just did with the large maintenance. Make sure you do turn off the roller clamp. Twist it in. Squeeze it a couple of times so we get some fluid. And then we prime that. Now because it's primed, now we'll get an alcohol wipe, wipe the top here and let it dry for 20 seconds, and then we take off our clamp and insert it in there like so. So now that's connected, but I've got it turned off. So that's all connected, ready to go. The pump only knows how to pump fluid. It doesn't know that the fluid's going in from this bag or this bag. What's happening is this one-way valve stops the fluid out of this bag going up into the primary one. If I hung this bag lower, or if I'll lift up the primary bag, watch the fluid level go up here. It'll start to rise because this is, I'll bring it down a bit more, it's a bit higher. It does help if I take the clamp off, good on you. So you'll see the fluid rise and the air bubbles go in. So that's because there's no one-way valve on there. So you're always going to make sure your secondary is higher than your primary, because it won't go the other way. Now, to set it, program it in the CPU, press channel select, because this is the channel we want. Down the bottom here we have a secondary button. We click on that and then we find the medication we want. So if we wanted ampicillin, so I click on ampicillin, and it gives me 2 concentrations. I'll say the 1000 milligrams and 100 mils. Is that what I want? Yes. Gives me advisory screen. Press confirm. Check my concentration. Press next. Then it gives me an automatic rate, so it's preset to give over half an hour, the 100 mils. But if you've got less than 100 mils in there because you're primed, you can change that. So you can change that down to say 90 mils or whatever. But it'll change it. It'll change the rate because it's saying you want to give over half an hour. And then press start. Now what happens is the rate changes. It'll say secondary line, and then you've got to open your roller clamp. Now what will happen is the fluid will come out of the top and not out of this bag here. So you can see the dripping has stopped there. When this is completed, I'll just put an end volume on it. So I'll put 1 mil. So when this infusion at a secondary rate finishes, it will beep and automatically go back to the primary rate without stopping. Now if that's got fluid in there still, see how it's dropping down? If this still has fluid, it'll still suck it from that bag before it gets into this bag. It won't stop sucking from here till it gets down to a little line at the bottom. So hear that? Hear how it's changed? So it's dropped down to 125 mils an hour. So it's gone back to the primary rate, but I still have fluid in here and it's still sucking fluid out. So that's just something to be mindful of. That's it for LVPs, and hope you got some good education out of it. If you need any more information, just see your ward champions and they can go through it with you again. Thanks for watching. One thing I should have showed you is how to put this into standby mode. So what we do is we can have our pump running. If we need to stop it just for a short time and come back to it, we can put it into standby. We press channel off and wait till it beeps, and as it starts powering down, quickly press restart and that'll put it into standby mode for you. If you don't do it quick enough, it'll power down and you have to restart. The other thing that happens now is if I want to restart this, I press the channel I want, so channel select, press restore. Don't press anything else, press restore, and then review my data and press start, and away I go again. So it's a very nice quick little function that you can use.